Hi, I hope you're having a great day so far. So whereabouts in the world are you guys from? I'm from Sydney, Australia. I've been doing this for 5 years now, and my passion is for Facebook ads and e-commerce. So I'm not sure where you're from. You could be from the United States, Canada, Europe, Australia, New Zealand maybe. Either way, let me know on one of the posts you see this from. Let me know down below where you're from and we can chat from there. So for those of you listening, you might have done Facebook ads before, you might be in e-commerce, or you might have tried e-commerce before, or tried any business, and you may have tried, does this sound like you? You've tried ads before, you can't really make a profit after your ad spend, or you've tried to sell products online, you're kind of struggling, or you already sell products online, but you're kind of stuck and you're having sort of difficulties getting to that next level. So if that sounds like you, if you're trying to increase your spend on ads, or you're trying to scale and you're kind of getting stuck, this training is going to show you the ways that we've found just recently with the new algorithm updates and everything else that's really helping us take, like I said, this store we're talking about was struggling. They were making around $43 per day, and I got it to like nearly 150,000 US dollars per month pretty quickly in like under 2 months. So if that sounds like something you could be interested in and you want to know more and you want to learn more, let's continue. All right, cool. So as you can see here, this is one of the store's dashboards. This is the one we're talking about. As you can see on the left there, they're getting just a few sales per day, and then I got it up to nearly 10,000 US dollars per day in a pretty short amount of time. We just had to update some creative, so it'll be back peaking again soon. We're looking to get it back past 6.5 and then hopefully 10,000 plus per day within the next few weeks. We just updated the creatives, the new images, so once they build up, then we'll scale from there. So yeah, as you can see, look at that scale there. We've kind of launched that. So as you can imagine, everyone's pretty excited, and yeah, it's fun seeing that much money pour in. It's pretty cool seeing the phone blow up and just seeing cha-ching, 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 sale, sale, sale. And this is only really quick. So imagine within 12 months, this could be I think $1 million per month store. So we'll keep going. So the secret to winning is to get unique. So we're selling custom private label and print-on-demand products, not drop shipping. We're selling $40 to $100 items that are high perceived value, not cheap. We ship locally from both the US and Australia to worldwide. We are not shipping from China. We use custom designs from paid designers, and we pay models for content. We do not steal or copy people's ads, content, and things like that. This is very, very key, guys. So if you read what I've just said then, you'll notice that's completely different. It's completely the opposite of what most people are doing. And that's why we're able to scale so quickly and make a whole stack of sales and money. And I've been doing this for full time now for around 5 years. And basically at the start, we had some struggles because we were just learning. And then once we figured it out, once we started doing things our own way, we had a lot of success. So I'm hoping that you'll take these tips on board, because even though this is just part of it, it really can mean the difference between making hardly any sales or making a whole stack of sales in the next couple of months. We use higher engaging content. This is the secret to cheaper ads. Use content that gets lots of shares and comments because it appeals to people's emotions. We found that funny or cute designs, images, or videos can work best. We focus on unique designs and ad styles that are not copying other people's. We may get ideas and inspiration from other people. We do not directly copy. Unique, new, unseen before always works best. Test 10 to 20 different designs and products in one niche to find the best sellers. 2 out of 10 products work and make up basically 80% of sales, the 80-20 rule. So even if we have 20 products on the site and most of them we think will sell, you'll often find that only a couple of them will make up majority of the sales. That's just how it works. And once you keep that in mind, it kind of becomes a bit more realistic and you don't fall short in testing, because testing does require a lot of persistence and time. The secret to hungrier buyers. We focus on the most passionate niches. We focus on the most passionate niches that get high engagement. Relevant content and products sell easier. So an example of that would be people that are pet owners, dog owners, cat owners. Think people that are into particular sports or have particular jobs, people that are in the police force, people that are nurses maybe, people who are in football, beer drinkers, people in relationships, people who are, into particular religions like Christianity. These are all very passionate niches, guys, very passionate people, and they often engage a lot on the content, on the ads, which will make your ads cheaper per sale and can often lead to a lot of sales and can often go viral too. You can go on Pinterest and Facebook to find out what niches or designs people share the most. Get market research to find out what designs or items people like the most. Niches with large audience sizes that contain very passionate people can be much easier to sell to. Small niches can limit your ability for scaling. Larger niches can mean larger scaling ability and more sales worldwide. The secret to making a profit, since the ads are not cheap anymore. So basically, if you've been doing Facebook ads for a while, you'll notice Facebook ads have gone up. And if you're just new to advertising, you haven't started yet, advertising is expensive. If you've been doing this for a while, you already know what I'm talking about. It's gotten more expensive. But the good news is we are still getting really, really cheap sales in the United States and things like that because we're following all the principles which you can access in this case study. So we focus on higher ticket products, not cheap ones. Things like print-on-demand clothing, household goods that everybody uses. Hint, think about things that every house has in them. Towels, blankets, coffee mugs, jumpers, things like that, okay? Coffee mugs are a bit cheap, but the other items like pillows, things like that, shoes, everybody owns those things and you can sell them for $50 plus. That's the secret. You want to be selling products that contain a good profit margin and you can make, $50 to $100 per sale on Facebook ads. Have a range of good products that sell well in the mid to high ticket range. Our main sellers are approximately $59 to $79 US. We don't send traffic to any $20 offers, and our average order value is $80. We do not solely focus on trying to find and sell one winning product. We have 2 to 4 main sellers we focus on at all times, and then 20 plus smaller sellers that get us some extra sales. That's the key, because if you're only relying on one product to sell, once that stops selling or the content that sells that product has been seen 2 to 4 times by your target audience, your sales will come to a halt. In this manner here, we're not relying on one product, we're making sales a lot more consistently, and we don't get the huge spikes from 0 to 1,000 a day back to 0. We're kind of always staying in that 2 to 3,000 plus per day range. Yes, we'll go up to 10 grand a day some days, but we'll always keep it sustained at the multiple thousand per day. And this is a new store that I've only just started running ads for, so I believe this store could be $1 million per month store within 12 months. This is just one of my case studies, okay? As an example, I wanted to show you this one because we've done it pretty quickly and we're following exactly what I'm teaching you here. The secret to successful Facebook ads. Test 10 to 100 ads to find high engagement and high conversion. If we have 10 good, unique, high engaging products and designs, we're lucky to find one of them that sells at a performance. So when I say at a performance, I should say high performance. What it means is that we're looking for products that when we test them after 24 to 48 hours, they're getting a 2 to 5 or 6 ROAS. Okay, so meaning we're spending $20, we're getting back, $40 to $60. Doesn't always happen on the first day, but after 48 hours, generally you can see that kind of indication. And we also test a few different audiences with the same design or product because sometimes the targeting can be ultra important, meaning if you were to be selling yoga pants or yoga clothing, you might target yoga with one ad and you'll get 0 sales, but then if you targeted another fitness brand who sells yoga pants with your ad, that might be that exactly the same ad, just the variation of targeting a different audience may result in it being a very successful ad and product. So keep that in mind. A lot of testing is involved. We then test up to 10 variations. So what that means is like 10 variations could be 5 different audiences that we try, And then once we get a sale or two, we might even test some more variations of copy or even the image, the creative as well. So keep that in mind, that variations and testing is the key to success. Facebook ads is all about having a winning offer, a high engaging ad, something that's relevant to the right people at a high profit margin, and then scaling becomes possible. You cannot scale ads unless you have those two things really, really in place. We focus on the images or video design, basically using different backgrounds and variations until we find which ones have the highest engagement and the highest conversions. Because the image or the video, basically, guys, it accounts for about 80% of an ad's success. So you can be selling a pair of shoes and you can have one image of the shoe by itself, and then you could split test that against an image of the shoes, but somebody's wearing them. A model is wearing them with the beach in the background. It's zoomed in on the shoe, and it's high contrast, and it looks very nice and professional. The product has the camera has flash on, making the black shoes appear, bright, shiny, and everything else. And sometimes just that variation right there, what we spoke about, can result in the product selling up to 4 times easier just by having a better image. So what we've calculated is about 80% of the success with ads is the image or video and the product, but I would just say the content, because they look at that first. The copywriting is important in the headline. Yes, that's 100% important. But the creative, meaning the image background or video you use, caters for about 80% of the ad success. So this is where testing is very important. Imagination. Unique, unseen before ad creatives and designs work best. Copycat designs or old used ads, honestly, we've found in our experience that they work about 20 times worse than new and unseen winners. New is better than old. Very important. The secret to scaling Facebook ads horizontally. We sell to more than one country. So instead of just focusing on the USA, we equally focus on many other countries that give us a good return. So we scale by hitting more countries rather than just one. A lot of people just they'll get sales in the USA, for example, or one country, and then all they do is try and increase the budget on their one ad set, and they wonder why that after you get the ad set budget to $50 to $100 per day, it's no longer profitable, and they're stuck, and you can't get any further. What we do is this. Once something is winning in one country, whether it's the USA, Australia, or somewhere, let's just say it's the USA, then we'll test that winning ad set. We'll test it in Canada, we'll test it in Australia, United Kingdom, USA, New Zealand, Japan, Hong Kong, Germany, Belgium. Look, I can't tell you any more than that. My partners will get mad because there's some countries we've found that hardly anybody advertises to in the e-commerce space, not many people, and they get insane returns. Like we're getting, $5 sales, like $5 cost per purchase, and we're selling $80 and $90 products. So insane returns. I can't tell you that right here, but I just gave you a few really good countries that we make thousands of dollars from every day from those countries I just showed you. If you've got winning ads and winning products and you're using a currency converter, 100%, these countries here are enough to get you started and might be enough to help you get to that multiple $1,000s per day mark in sales. Or if you're already doing that, maybe this could help you add a few more thousand in sales. So the secret to scaling bigger whilst keeping it profitable is to have globally appealing offers that can sell into any first world country. 2 things you need is a currency converter and to select English option in the language settings on the ad set. So you need a currency converter on your Shopify store, and you also need to select the English speaking option when you make the ads, so that if you're targeting Hong Kong or Belgium or let's say Germany, you don't want to be showing your English ads to people who do not understand English and they speak, let's say they speak German. Okay, so keep that in mind. Currency converter and select the English speaking options when you create the ads. This will make a huge difference. The secret to scaling Facebook ads vertically easier. Increase budget by duplicating winner. Instead of increasing the budget on a winning ad to a higher spend, duplicate it to a 20 or 30% higher budget on a new ad set whilst keeping the same engagement on the new ad set, as increasing the budget on the original ad set kills performance. In most cases, we don't spend more than $110 per winning ad set unless the ROAS is 3 or more. In most cases, a $200 ad set will cause a big dip in performance unless it is working like crazy. We focus on using CBOs to first test a lot of audiences to find winners, then duplicate the winners into their own individual campaign. We test the interests, lookalikes, and broad zero targeting ad sets, all in one campaign together. Then dupe the winners into individual CBA campaigns by themselves, or we add 2 into 1. Okay, so if we get one of them's a half winner and one's a full winning ad set, maybe we'll put 2 or 3 of them together into one CBO campaign. We do not make individual CBO campaigns for half winning audience, meaning it's not very promising. We'll then add that into a CBO campaign with a winner, so that it only allocates a small amount of budget to it and it may add some extra sales. Pro tip: broad audiences and even zero interest targeting is now working better than targeted ones. Once that you've collected a lot of purchase data. So like once you've collected a lot of purchase data, we're actually finding now that the best performance is coming from ads that have zero targeting. So if we're targeting the United States and we've already had hundreds or thousands of sales in that country, we'll duplicate a winning ad set into a CBO campaign by itself on a $60 to $110 per day ad set budget, and we'll have no interest targeting at all. And we found this works really, really well. I mean, we've scaled, as you've seen, stores from like virtually nothing to 6 figures per month just by following these strategies. And the other hint I'll give you is that most of the money is coming from these ones with zero targeting, zero interest targeting. Now, it won't work if you don't have a really good winner, high engagement, and relevant offers. But once you've got a lot of data and you've got relevant offers that are working really well, this can help you scale to the moon much easier. The secret to not killing ads: try not to just increase budgets on ad sets to scale. I have found these days if you increase budgets by even 10%, it can kill good winning ads for good. We now just duplicate a winning ad set to a 20 to 30% higher budget, and 8 times out of 10 on the winning ads, it continues to perform. So the old way we used to just increase budgets on the winning ad set, what we've found now is that often just causes it to completely crash, even if you only increase the budget slightly. So if we're running a $55 per day ad set, it's getting a 2 to 3 ROAS or something like that, it's going well. What we'll do then, after 48 hours, if it's continuing the performance, we'll then duplicate it to a 20 to 30% higher budget and then leave that for 2 days and see if that works. If that works really well for 48 hours, we can then duplicate it again to a 20 to 30% higher budget and continue from there. Try to make new creatives each 1 to 2 weeks to improve on the last one. So basically, once that you've got kind of something working, it will not work after a few weeks, okay? That's just how it works. Facebook likes new content. Once something's been seen a few times, it will also dip in performance. So we want to make sure that you're making new creatives each week. And basically, if you want to simplify that, it just means making a new variation of the ad that you're already using. You could use snippets of the same video, or you can make new parts of the video. It could be, a different background on the image if you're using images. It could be a different image completely, something like that. But basically, if you refresh it, your performance will continue to rise or stabilize. If you don't refresh it, you'll be wondering why your costs are going up and you're dipping in sales. So basically, this will keep your costs down and continue the good momentum in your ad account. New content can bring your sales back to life if it's better and more engaging. So if it's better content and more engaging, your performance will increase and your ad costs will generally go down. Scale to different countries and audiences, basically to increase your spend. You do not want to just go like spending more and more in one country horizontally, because basically your return won't be so great in most cases. So what we usually do is more ad sets, then we add more winning products to more countries. This makes life a lot easier to scale than just trying to force budgets into one country. So if you're just trying to focus on forcing high budgets into one country, you can find that will eat up your ad costs. Okay, meaning that if you're having a 10 grand a month budget on Facebook ads, or you're just starting, or you've got a really big budget like us, we can spend thousands a day in some businesses. If you do the way we just mentioned, and you're not trying to just allocate and force all your budget into one place, sometimes you can make back 2 to 3 times more sales just by going a little bit more horizontally, okay, and also not directly touching budgets on the ad sets. You will find much better returns. I hope that makes sense, because this is a big key here, guys. I'm showing you something that the difference between us making $1,000 a day and close to 10 grand a day.